how are you? No worries.
For Dennis, right?
For Dennis, yeah.
Yeah, my boss called me there before I left, so I took a little bit.
Ah, no worries. That's okay. Glad we found each other.
You got it.
Dennis, my name is Biniam.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you as well, man. They were just ideally situated in the right spot. I thought, are you guys by any chance familiar with?
Yeah, yeah, those guys. Yeah,
They're like,
always there.
actually, no. But
There's usually more people here, but I guess it's a short week, so not many.
oh, gotcha. Oh, short week because of the holiday this weekend.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I keep forgetting it's coming up.
Friday.
What do you do here, Dennis?
I handle the logistics and procurement for that company there. It's a cannabis company.
I could totally tell.
Yeah, it smells.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, because it sometimes reeks, man.
It does smell, eh?
Sometimes
Okay.
it reeks, and sometimes man, it just sticks to the clothes, even though I'm never there.
Yeah.
I'm always in an office. Still.
I hear ya. You still have that smell to it. It's kind of like a barista at a coffee
Kinda
shop, right?
Exactly like that, actually.
Yeah.
I would say that, not from my side of things, but from the grower side of things, it's probably super close to a barista's job.
Okay. So say that title again. You're a something.
Yeah, I'm a logistics and procurement supervisor. So.
Okay. So you look after like the acquisition
Exactly, and distribution. both.
and the distribution. Okay.
Like anything in supply chain.
Of
pretty much.
cannabis.
Cannabis.
And is this like one of the factories or the?
Yeah, this is where we grow it. Yeah.
This is where you grow it.
We distribute it to the government,
Yeah.
to the regulating body, and then
Yeah.
they sell to the stores that you see around everywhere.
Hence the high level security in.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere, passwords everywhere. I got this, and then
Yeah.
at the same time I have to put a code in, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So they exactly know where you're at all times.
At all times. And you do anything wrong, and
Yes.
a big alarm will go off. And
Oh,
cops will
seriously?
call immediately. Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
See, yesterday I was doing a ride late in the evening, maybe about 10 o'clock, no, 11 o'clock-ish.
Mhm.
And I was stopped for the pickup at a location that's close to a cannabis store. I didn't realize what was going on. But all of a sudden the police came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it, but amongst the parked cars, there had been an altercation. What had happened, apparently, I guess some guy had tried to make a run for it with some product.
He's crazy.
And one of the employees had run after him and just taken him down. And then, so that's... So when the cops showed up, the guy who subdued him all of a sudden backed away with his hand off, kind of, you know. And,
This is your guy.
oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's...
I'm
pretty
thankful
intense.
that nobody would ever be able to even come close to getting inside.
Yeah,
So I sympathize with those people that are selling the product, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of crazy people out there, man. And
yeah.
with like any narcotic,
Yeah.
there is, psychological addiction, and
Yeah.
people do anything, man, when they want their fix, for that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And it's relatively a new arena here, isn't it?
definitely a brand new arena.
Yeah.
Even it's been for 2 years legal, and
Yeah.
it changes
Yeah,
every day.
really.
Something different every day.
Like-
Regulations adjusting, and you learn new things. And on our side of things, we're
Yes.
very passionate about the chemistry side of things. So
Oh, yeah.
we're doing a lot of research on that side.
Yeah,
And man, some of the stuff that you're finding out is it's crazy. It's good. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a step in the right direction. of
Sure.
Getting a proper product.
yeah,
Kind of like how alcohol, when it, back in the day, when it was first legal,
yeah,
everyone would just drink moonshine. And
Sure
That
enough.
was the biggest thing. Oh, moonshine,
Yeah.
moonshine.
yeah.
And then now you have peach vodka, or
Yeah.
whiskey from everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're heading in the right direction towards
Okay,
that, towards the more specialized cannabis. It's interesting, man. It's an interesting industry. You smoke at all?
I don't.
At all?
I don't. No, I've never smoked. I've never really had the desire to. I'm like, yeah,
It's not for everyone. I
Yeah.
don't drink, so same
Yeah.
thing for me. Like I don't like, just not the appeal for me. I don't
sure.
Like,
I've got friends that do, and they like swear by it and so on like that. Okay.
yeah, it's like with any, it's a drug, man. Like with alcohol, like with cigarettes, it depends on what you think. Some people
Sure.
don't do any drugs, and their drug is life. They're just enjoying life, and that's
Right.
fair for you, man.
Choose your. Yeah.
Choose your outlet, pretty much.
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
makes you have fun.
Absolutely. I was talking to another grower
Mhm.
at a different facility,
Mhm.
and he was telling me that the parameters in which the regulations keep you guys is that you can only like work off of a certain kind of seed that you had initially. You can't expand to getting outside seeds or that kind of thing.
There's workarounds for that, though.
There
You can
is.
definitely do things about it. It took us a long time of studying the regulation and discussing with the regulator how
yeah.
we could go about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for almost everybody that hasn't figured that out, they can
Yeah.
only, whatever
Work
they
with it.
declared is what they can grow.
Right.
But you can definitely do other things to expand that.
Okay.
It's just you gotta understand the regulation.
I
and
see.
It's difficult, man.
I see.
It's not. It's you have to have lawyers involved. And
Yeah.
We have analytical chemists that are discussing with the regulator
Yeah.
constantly.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's because like you said, it's brand new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exploring to do.
Is it unnecessarily complicated?
It's definitely unnecessarily complicated. Absolutely. I
So
think
it could be
there's-
a lot more simplified.
absolutely, man.
So why is it so unnecessarily complicated?
Because they want to aid on the side of caution.
Okay.
The government always wants to be more cautious, not to harm the public,
Okay.
and then slowly release and say, you know what? Okay, fine, you can do that. Okay, let's do it this way. But right now, they were treating it as if it was a true narcotic or
Yeah,
pharmaceutical, which I agree with, man. I'm okay with being, my hands being
Cautious.
tied for a few
Yeah, yeah,
years to keep things safe for everybody and make it comfortable for everybody.
But why doesn't the government, like, if they're operating out of ignorance on their side, why don't they bring counsel that is like these analysts?
That's the thing. Who?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, who's got that kind of experience that's willing to say so legally, right? So they did have some advisors from the medical side because it's been legal medically for over 10 years.
Sure.
But apparently they didn't listen to them very much. So Health Canada is the one that's taking over the regulation, and they are food and pharmaceuticals, so they're very strict.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm okay with for now.
Yeah.
It makes it so the end product is a little bit less than desirable for many people who are used to growing their own.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever the fuck they want. Right? They can have worms in their soil to make the product better, but it's disgusting for the consumers.
I see. The other element is this guy was telling me that the black market is still thriving a lot more than the regulated side
Sure.
because they don't have these restrictions that they have to work with alongside, right?
Yeah, there's many things to it.
Yeah.
One thing being the regulation, so they are free to do so much more, which lets them at the end have a better product.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't ever see somebody buying, like I said, moonshine out of anybody's garage anymore.
True.
So sure, at first it's gonna be the black market thriving,
Gotcha.
but eventually, who's gonna want to go buy pot from a sketchy dealer when you can just go to the store and get a proper? As long as the quality and price is close,
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer. Why would you?
Yeah. I've also had a chance to talk to some of the ones who are selling from stores,
Yeah.
and they've been telling me how competitive and difficult the market is right now.
Yeah.
And so that's also been fascinating for me as apparently it seemed like there was a huge optimistic outlook of the forecast in cannabis sales, but it's been a bit of a letdown.
Only if you grow shitty product. That's the way I look at it.
I
If
see.
your product is not very good, it's
Yeah.
not, and our product is selling out everywhere at all times. Like right now, we're selling stuff that we haven't even made
Wow.
because consumers love our stuff.
I see. I
And
see.
it's expensive, and
Yeah.
you gotta put in the time. And it took us over a year to be able to even get product out in the market. So as a company, not everyone can do it. We're
Sure.
privately owned, so we're
Yeah.
able to do so. But
Yeah.
all of these publicly owned companies like Sundials and Auroras,
Yeah.
they gotta make money, and they're growing at a massive facility that it's thousands of square foot per rooms with thousands of plants. You saw this little tiny facility where we grow
That's
it?
tiny.
Tiny. We have 21 rooms of 500 plants each.
Wow.
So it's it's small compared to those guys.
Yeah.
And every plant, every bud in our facility touches a pair of human hands,
Yeah.
so that we can assure that people are getting the proper quality weed that they're paying for. Because it's not cheap. You're right. And
To work.
that's the biggest driving factor of cannabis not meeting the forecasting sales expectations is that people just don't want to buy shitty weed.
Yeah. To work at such an establishment, does one have to be able to consume it and know what a good product is,
No.
or it doesn't even depend on that?
It does not. I
Okay.
absolutely do. Like that's one of my strengths
Sure
as a
enough.
part of the team. Is
Yes.
I am very familiar with consuming the product. So
Yes. Yes.
I have all this knowledge of strains
Yeah.
and all this knowledge of genetics. And
Yeah.
when I see something, I'm like, man, that's got potential.
Yep.
But I work with, a lot of people that don't smoke at all.
Sure enough. Yeah.
And they're smarter than me.
Yeah.
And they know more about the product than I do.
Sure.
So I don't think it's a requirement, but it definitely helps.
Cool.
The same way that if you work as a chef,
Yeah.
you don't have to taste the food.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can still cook a decent meal, but
Yeah.
if you go and taste, it's
Sure,
different. You're
sure.
gonna have a
Yeah.
little extra.
Absolutely.
So
Fascinating conversation. Hey, listen, I'd love to feature this conversation for my followers.
yeah,
I don't know if this is out of bounds for what you've been able to share with me.
No,
Are you okay with that?
absolutely, man.
And are you
absolutely.
okay being on video on the internet?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome,
YouTube?
okay.
You got a YouTube channel?
I do. I'll give you my card in the aftermath here.
Yeah, I'll check.
Just fill out this consent form there if you
it.
would.
For sure, my friend.
That'd be awesome. This is really in behind the scenes sort of access that I'm not sure many have. You know,
Yeah.
I get to pick your mind about these kind of
For
things.
sure.
When did you start?
Pardon me?
When did you start consuming?
Oh, consuming cannabis?
Yeah.
Oh man, when I was 18 years old, so I'm 27 now, 9 years ago.
Okay.
And I come from a place place. I'm actually originally from Venezuela,
Okay.
where cannabis has this stigma to it, where it's
It does over there?
oh yeah, people hate it, man.
Oh, seriously?
Like my parents hate it.
Holy crap, okay.
Most people say that if you smoke weed, you'll
Yeah.
end up sniffing glue on the streets.
Wow.
They
okay.
see it as that kind of
Okay.
addicting drug, like
Gotcha.
a gateway drug.
Yeah.
So that was my mentality growing up here in Canada the whole time, until I did some more of my research.
Yeah. What did it take for you to like overcome that kind of narrative and
Well,
get over the guilt?
Seeing all these successful people that smoke, man, that's
I see.
honestly the biggest thing for me. Is like I see all these people who are still have a successful life and
Yeah.
family, and
Yeah.
they're not couch locked, and that went against everything I knew about the effects of this. So I was like, hey, I started doing some research about the addiction, reading scientific studies, and
Yeah.
there's really very little correlation with it. So I said, fuck it, I'll try. I was 18, still,
Yeah.
and like I said, I don't drink, so I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll try.
Yeah.
And it did wonders for me, man. It
Yeah.
did wonders for me. It helped me keep focused. It gave me passion.
So, was it like that night they switched just like that? That you're like, okay, this is
No,
it?
it was definitely gradual.
It
And
was, okay.
At first, it was definitely as a young kid having fun with it.
Yeah.
But then as I grew up and started evaluating things a little bit differently, I was definitely able to see that difference, to say, oh, fuck, it's
Yeah.
not what I told, it's not what I knew, it's,
Yeah.
it's something entirely different.
Absolutely.
Not to say that it's the perfect thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who's ruined their lives.
Yeah.
But with like anything in abuse,
Yeah.
like gambling or
hmm
cheeseburgers or
Yeah.
alcohol
Yeah.
or anything, it's
Moderation out the door,
Moderation,
you're in trouble.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm glad you're here.
pardon me?
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, man, for sure. This is cool. I didn't know.